All right, Stephen, we've made it this far into the episode and we haven't said those two little letters that seem to be on the tip of everyone's tongue. It
TS, Taylor Swift?
No, the other two letters. It's time to talk about AI.
Well, there you have it. I guess if you asked your non-techie friends what were the top stories of the year, I imagine that many of them would have AI and OpenAI and ChatGPT as one of those stories, along with Taylor Swift, of course. And frankly, it has been everywhere this year. Every event I've gone to has been, well, it wouldn't be right to say pivoting toward generative AI, diving in with both feet toward generative AI. Everywhere we go, they're talking about it, and it's been the top story in terms of enterprise tech impacting the public sphere. Now, we talked actually quite a lot. I want to call your attention to a guest episode that we did back in May 17th, with Ned Bellavance, talking about the various AI controversies from Copilot and ChatGPT and whether these things should be used or not. That one was just a great overview of a lot of the things that have been going on and a lot of the reasons that people are concerned about AI. But let's zoom in a little bit here toward the big player in this space, which would be, of course, OpenAI. So right around the turn of the year, OpenAI introduced their ChatGPT offering. It's hard to believe, I think, here in December of 2023, that was only December of 2022 that ChatGPT was introduced. That's when this thing just exploded into public consciousness. And frankly, the reason for it was because it was so darn amazing. Suddenly people were using, they had an easy to use generative AI model that could allow them to do all sorts of incredible things right there. And it was available to the public because they opened it up to the world. Apparently they got over 1 million signups in 5 days for people to try it. I was one of those people. And frankly, everybody was wowed by this. But throughout the year, I think that there was all sorts of hiccups. We reported on many of those here on the rundown in terms of access denied, signups problems, scaling problems, but also some of the hiccups in terms of the company. Now, the company did make a deal with Microsoft, where Microsoft would provide an investment, and it turns out a lot of infrastructure in order to receive a huge and powerful stake in the company. And Microsoft was able to leverage that into overall leadership in AI. In fact, Microsoft was pretty happy to be able to announce a better search engine integration with generative AI than Google had, and Google was playing catch up. So that was a really interesting angle this year. But of course, the other angle, after they released their ChatGPT 4 in March, again, a much better generative AI text model. But the big news, of course, happened later this year when we saw the whole incredible chaos in November, that one weekend in November, when nobody knew what the heck was going on. And as I said then, we could have recorded the rundown any of 5 consecutive days, and the headline would have been entirely different. It does seem that that has settled out. The original OpenAI CEO is back. They're putting together a new board, and OpenAI is going the direction that, well, a lot of people figured it would go, and maybe not a lot of people hoped it would go, which is toward being a for-profit, enterprise juggernaut. And that's continuing. And in fact, as I said on that show, Microsoft wins no matter what happens here, because they are, of course, our incredibly powerful partner with OpenAI with these models. Now, one thing I'll call out as well is a few weeks ago we talked about IBM and Meta and their AI alliance as a way to sort of soften the blow there and have an alternative world. And of course, there are lots of other companies in the AI space as well. So here we are in December. Generative AI, of course, is all the rage. Literally, we're looking at announcements coming out. Intel's announcement of their next generation Xeon and Core processors, AI, the whole time through. NVIDIA talking at all of their events. It's all about AI. AMD made a huge splash in December with, again, AI-focused announcements that rocketed their stock up. I expect that to continue because, frankly, this technology is still rising, and we'll see where it goes long term.